Do you ever feel like you're running in place, unable to move forward in life? You're not alone. Millions feel stuck, trapped by invisible barriers that drain motivation. Today, we're diving into the psychology of stagnation and why you feel stuck. This is about uncovering the hidden forces holding you back and finding a path to momentum. Let's explore why stagnation happens and how to break free with purpose and clarity. First, let's talk about fear of failure, a major psychological barrier to progress. Fear of failure isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about protecting your self-image. Psychologists call this self-handicapping, where you avoid risks to dodge potential shame. A 2018 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that fear of failure correlates with procrastination and low goal setting. When you're afraid to fail, you stick to what's safe, even if it's unfulfilling. This creates a cycle. You stay stagnant to avoid risk, but stagnation itself feels like failure. Think of it like standing at the edge of a diving board, too scared to jump. Over time, that hesitation erodes confidence, making action feel impossible. But fear of failure isn't the only culprit. Let's move to our second point: lack of purpose. Without a clear sense of direction, your motivation fizzles, leaving you stuck. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, in his work on meaning, argued that purpose is a core human need. Without it, you drift, filling time with distractions like endless scrolling or busy work. A 2020 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology showed that people with a defined purpose report higher life satisfaction and resilience. Lack of purpose often stems from external pressures, like chasing a career society values, but you don't. When your actions don't align with your core values, your brain signals discomfort, sapping energy. This misalignment is like driving with no destination. You burn fuel, but go nowhere. This comparison trap fuels self-doubt, making it harder to take action and break free. Let's see this in action with a real-world example. Meet Rachel, a 30-year-old graphic designer who feels stuck in her career. She's talented, but hasn't pursued bigger projects, fearing she'll fall short. Her fear of failure keeps her in a safe but uninspiring job. At night, she scrolls through Instagram, seeing peers winning awards or launching businesses. This social comparison makes her feel like she's falling behind. Rachel also lacks a sense of purpose. She chose design because it seemed practical, not because it lights her up. By day, she's drained, unmotivated, and resentful, wondering why she can't move forward. Her stagnation comes from a mix of fear, purposelessness, and comparing herself to others. Now consider Tom, a 38-year-old accountant with a similar story. Tom's been at the same firm for a decade, feeling unfulfilled but too scared to change paths. He worries that trying something new, like starting a small business, will lead to failure and financial ruin. He also feels directionless, unsure what he truly wants from life. Watching his college friends post about promotions or exotic vacations, Tom feels stuck in a rut. His social comparisons feed a narrative that he's too late to change. Both Rachel and Tom show how fear of failure and lack of purpose create stagnation. So, how do you break free and regain momentum? First, reframe failure as feedback, not a dead end. Psychologists suggest growth mindset techniques, where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities. A 2017 study in Nature found that adopting a growth mindset increases persistence. Start small. Take one low-risk action, like signing up for a class or pitching an idea. Second, rediscover your purpose by aligning actions with your values. Try a values clarification exercise. List what matters most: creativity, family, impact, and rank them. Then make one choice that honors your top value, like volunteering or learning a skill. A 2021 study in psychological science showed that value-driven actions boost motivation. Third, Curb social comparison by curating your environment. Limit time on social media and follow accounts that inspire, not intimidate. Finally, build momentum with the 2-minute rule. Start any task, writing, exercising, planning, for just 2 minutes to overcome inertia. A 2019 study in behavioral research and therapy found that small actions create a domino effect, leading to bigger changes. Breaking free from stagnation isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistent, intentional steps. You don't need all the answers to start moving. Begin by confronting one fear or clarifying one value this week. Notice how action, however small, shifts your energy. Stagnation thrives in inaction, but momentum grows with every step. You're not stuck. You're just paused, ready to hit play. Take that first step today and watch your life start to flow again. Let's dive deeper into another example to illustrate how stagnation takes hold and how to push through it. Meet Priya, a 26-year-old marketing assistant who feels trapped in a cycle of monotony. She's been at her job for 3 years, doing repetitive tasks with no clear path to growth. Priya dreams of starting her own blog, but freezes at the thought of it, not succeeding. Her fear of failure whispers, "What if no one reads it? Or I look foolish?" Every evening, she watches YouTube videos of successful entrepreneurs, feeling both inspired and inadequate. Priya also lacks a sense of purpose. Her job pays the bills, but doesn't spark joy or align with her passion for storytelling. She's stuck, spending weekends binge-watching shows to escape the nagging sense of being left behind. Now, let's look at David, a 45-year-old high school teacher facing a similar rut. David once loved teaching, but years of bureaucracy have dulled his enthusiasm. He's thought about switching to counseling, a field he's passionate about, but fears it's too late to start over. The risk of failing, or worse, regretting the change, keeps him paralyzed. He scrolls LinkedIn, seeing former colleagues thriving in new careers, which deepens his sense of stagnation. His lack of purpose is clear. He's lost the why behind his work, leaving him disengaged and uninspired. Both Priya and David show how fear of failure and purposelessness create a mental quicksand. But here's the good news. You can pull yourself out with practical, psychology-backed steps. Start by breaking tasks into micro goals to bypass fear. For Priya, this might mean writing one blog paragraph. For David, researching one counseling program. A 2020 study in motivation and emotion found that micro goals reduce overwhelm and build confidence. Next, reconnect with purpose through self-reflection. Ask, what would I do if failure wasn't an option? This question, rooted in acceptance and commitment therapy, helps uncover what truly matters. Priya might realize her blog is about sharing stories, not chasing likes. David might see counseling as a way to help others heal, reigniting his passion. Finally, rewire social comparison by focusing on your own progress. Track small wins, like completing a task or learning a skill, in a journal. A 2018 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin showed that self-focused progress reduces envy and boosts motivation. Stagnation feels permanent, but it's not. Every action you take chips away at the barriers holding you back. You don't need a perfect plan, just the courage to start. So, pick one tiny step today. Write a sentence, make a call, or pause to reflect. That spark of movement is the antidote to feeling stuck. Your life is waiting for you to take the wheel. Start driving, and momentum will follow.